Good morning. Reverend Tony here. I'm about to have my morning coffee and finish reading On the Hippie Trail by Rick Steves. Come have some coffee with me. Coffee cheers. So I'm just finishing up reading Rick Steves' book On the Hippie Trail. I love Rick Steves. He's one of my favorite old white guys. Is he a perfect person? No, but his ability to acknowledge that right up front and just be who he is one of the things I like about him. This is an interesting book. It's actually his own travel journal from making a trip from Turkey to India in 1978 as a man in his early 20s. And he basically edited it a little bit and published it as it was. And it shows him as a young man with all the, ignorance and naivete someone of that age and privilege and geolocation as a white guy growing up in the United States in the 1970s would possess. It's a great book about travel as a political and spiritual activity because it takes you out of yourself and helps you understand how other people live. It's a great book about journaling because it is basically just a published journal that he just tidied up a little bit for publication. It's a great book about memoir and personal history because he does not tidy up who he was in 1978. It's a great book about privilege and ethnocentrism because he includes all the things he wrote and said and thought as a young man in his early 20s in 1978, showing the kind of ignorance of the world he had at that time. In his preface, he says, "Looking back on my early trips, I moved through cultures that were different from my own, as if skating giddily on thin ice. I was naive and oblivious about international politics, structural poverty, and the basic ways of the world. While traveling in India all those years ago humbled my ethnocentrism, it boxed my self-assuredness, it rearranged my cultural furniture and reinforced a lesson I was just still learning, that my normal is just that, my normal." I wonder how different our world will be if more of us really learned and understood that lesson. See you next time. Coffee cheers.